A traveller battered to death with a plasterer's whisk at an M25 service station was killed by his own cousins, a court heard. Quhey Saunders, 20, had stopped to buy beer with family and friends after attending an all-weekend wedding party. His second cousin Simon Baker, 22, and Mikey Coyle, 21, were already there and killed Mr Saunders after a brawl around the pumps and in the kiosk area at Cobham Services, the court heard. Mr Saunders' uncle told he desperately tried to stop the fight, telling the men, "You're cousins, you're related." The uncle said he pleaded with Baker and Coyle to stop, and as Baker hit Mr Saunders over the head with the whisk. CCTV from the service station showed part of the brawl image. UKNIP witness Paddy Connor had been to the wedding in Wales with his nephew and they were returning home in a Ford Focus on the Monday morning on June 26. They were with Mr Collins' wife Lizzie and their friend Marion Barbu. Mr Connor said he had been drinking in the car and wanted to stop at the services to buy more beer. He said he spotted Baker and Coyle's van with ladders on top and then noticed the two men who he had not seen for years in the shop. He told the Old Bailey they are related to Quhey by my father's side. They are second cousins, he explained. I walked up to them. I asked if everything was okay and they said yes. I carried on looking at the beers. Mr Saunders was on his way home from a wedding in Wales. Image UKNIP. Mr Connor said there was an argument between Mr Saunders and the men and his wife shouted to call the police. Mr Saunders ripped his top off as the confrontation with the two men continued, said Mr Connor, adding there was a fight. I tried to stop it. I said to them, "You're cousins, you're related." He said he tried to restrain Coyle but was kicked in the head and left dizzy, and there was a punch-up by the petrol pumps. Mr Connor said he then saw Baker and Coyle grab a shovel and the plasterer's whisk from their van. He shouted, "Boys, I know your family, please stop it." But during another confrontation in the shop, Baker hit Mr Saunders over the head with the whisk and killed him, it is claimed. The case is being heard at the Old Bailey. Image PA archive. CCTV footage showed the initial stages of the brawl and the two men running back to the van, but the moment Mr Saunders died is not caught on camera. Mr Connor said when he saw Mr Saunders lying on the floor of the shop he thought he was just knocked out. He said, "I went running into the shop. I said, 'You dirty bee, what did you do that for?'" Quhey was out cold. He was lying face down. Prosecutors claim the pair were spoiling for a fight when they drove to the service station and exchanged heated words with Mr Saunders. Baker, of Redhill, Surrey, and Coyle, of Kingston, both deny murder. They claim Mr Saunders was the aggressor and he was killed when they acted in self-defense. The trial continues.